A voice over the speaker announced a dungeon break at Korea University of Arts, urging all nearby civilians to evacuate immediately. Amid the chaos, one officer cursed that people were dying and all they could do was watch. He asked when the Hunter Association's dispatched hunter would arrive. Another officer replied that it was taking time to assign a B rank or higher hunter. Confused, the first officer questioned why they needed a B rank when the gate was initially labeled D rank. The other explained that the situation had changed. Some hunters had been infected. The first officer asked if even a C rank hunter had turned. The scene shifted to Suho, who lay on the floor with an infected hunter looming over him. He wondered in disbelief if the creature had jumped from a lower floor. A name tag appeared, identifying the creature as a C-rank mistburn. Suho noted that unlike previous mistburns, this one had a weapon and seemed much more dangerous. He wondered if his recent level up gave him a chance to fight back. Suddenly, the mistburn swung its sword at Suho. Although Suho dodged, the impact sent him flying backward. He muttered that the situation was insane. The mistburn attacked again, but Suho evaded once more. This time, the sword struck a fire extinguisher, releasing a cloud of smoke that filled the classroom. Taking advantage of the cover, Suho bolted from the room. Suho thought there was no way he could face a monster like that. There was a reason Awakeners were split into ranks, he reminded himself. Desperately, he wondered when the hunters would arrive. If only he could hold on until one showed up. As he ran, Suho sensed something strange and realized the mistburn was no longer chasing him. He turned around and saw the creature staring out the window, where a group of girls stood on top of a building. Without warning, the mistburn leapt toward them. Realizing the danger, Suho sprang into action. He shouted there was no time to wait for help and lunged forward, punching the mistburn mid-air to stop it. The monster staggered, then retaliated with a sword swing. Suho dodged, knowing even a single hit could be fatal, but he couldn't let the creature run loose. The two engaged in a desperate fight, blade against bare fists. As the battle went on, a faint blue light began to shine from Suho's eyes. He landed a powerful knee strike to the mistburn's face, but the creature quickly countered and slashed across Suho's body. Blood sprayed as Suho was thrown back, his HP dropping to just 1. Barely conscious, he thought to himself that he had lucked out. It felt as if the system itself didn't want him to fall yet. The mistburn looked down on him and grinned mockingly. Just as the mistburn prepared to deliver the final blow to Suho, a wall suddenly rose in front of him. It began to crack under pressure. The mistburn lunged forward to finish Suho, but at the last moment, the wall shattered, and an ant-like creature burst out, landing precisely between Suho and the monster. Exhausted and barely conscious, Suho looked up in disbelief. An ant? The ant clicked its mandibles and muttered that it was all because he had arrived late. Glaring at the mistburn, it declared that only lowly pests would dare harm His Highness. Then, with a single swift movement, the mistburn was dead. Elsewhere in the city, another mistburn had cornered a helpless civilian. Just as the victim screamed, the ant appeared again, instantly killing the creature. Across campus, mistburns were wiped out one after another. Not a single one survived. The ant zipped past a tall building, shattering glass with its sheer speed. The resulting shockwave rippled across the city, felt even by the officers watching from afar. Finally, the ant landed beside Suho once more. Looking down at him, it said calmly, "It has been a while, young monarch." The scene shifted to a memory of a young Suho, sitting in a room surrounded by his own drawings. As he looked up from his sketchpad, he saw the same ant-like creature standing before him, asking with a gentle tone, "Young monarch, are you drawing me?" Back in the present, Suho jolted awake in a hospital bed. A phone rang beside him. On the other end, his uncle's concerned voice asked what had happened so suddenly and if Suho was all right. The uncle added that things were too chaotic and insisted on hiring a few awakened bodyguards for him. Suho politely declined, assuring him that he was fine. Reflecting to himself, Suho realized that 2 full days had passed since the incident. The television in his hospital room was playing a news report about the dungeon break at the Korea University of Arts, an event that had shaken the entire country. The reporter spoke of the numerous casualties and the shocking discovery of mist burns, monsters capable of infecting even hunters and turning them into monsters themselves. Suho thought to himself how the incident had become a national controversy, especially because the Hunter Association had delayed their response, despite the dungeon being in the heart of the city. Yet by the time the hunters finally arrived, all the mist burns were mysteriously dead. On the broadcast, a witness claimed that the infected had suddenly burst and exploded before his eyes. Suho switched off the television and muttered to himself that his awakening had not been a dream. A strange thought settled in his mind. An awakener who grows stronger as he levels up. Is that what I've become? Suho recalled being slashed by the C-rank mistburn and wondered how he had managed to survive. Just then, a familiar voice echoed, telling him it was thanks to him, Beru, who had disposed of the trash. The ant-like creature greeted Suho warmly, calling him young monarch and marveling at how much he had grown. He said he was overwhelmed by emotion. As Suho listened, fragmented memories began to return, like pieces of a scattered puzzle falling into place. He remembered Beru as one of the dark creatures who had stayed with him during his childhood. Suho questioned why he had forgotten all of it until now. Beru explained that he had crossed dimensions to find Suho. Suho wondered why he had lived with those dark beings in the past and how it had all been erased from his memory. Curious, he also asked why Beru seemed smaller than he remembered. Beru replied that his size had been affected by consuming a massive amount of mana during dimensional travel. Normally, he claimed, he was both dashing and terrifying. When Suho told him the system classified him as private grade, Beru reacted with outrage, declaring that a martial grade like himself being ranked as a private was an insult. Suho then asked if Beru had healed him. Beru confirmed it with pride, adding that although he didn't look the part, he was actually a skilled healer. He said his original purpose in coming to Earth was to release the seal on Suho's powers, but was surprised to find Suho had already begun breaking it on his own. Suho asked if the seal had anything to do with the vivid dreams he'd had. Beru clarified that what Suho believed were dreams were actually real memories. He told Suho that his strength now was far greater than before, and though the great Shadow Monarch Sung Jinwoo had sealed his powers to give him a normal life, the memories remained, and were beginning to awaken. Beru explained that the great Shadow Monarch Sung Jinwoo had sealed Suho's powers to give him a normal life. Suho, upon hearing this, muttered, "My dad," realizing the connection. He assumed Beru had come on his father's behalf. However, Beru corrected him. Sung Jinwoo hadn't simply left home. He had gone to outer space. Confused, Suho asked what that meant. Beru then revealed that Jinwoo was currently at war in space, fighting off invaders threatening to conquer their world. Suho was stunned and asked if his father was protecting Earth. Beru confirmed it, explaining that Jinwoo was battling the Itarim, godlike beings from outer space who were sending apostles to invade Earth. On his way to meet Suho, Beru said he had already slain many of their forces. He added that the gates opening across Earth were likely a byproduct of this interdimensional war. Suho then asked if his mother had gone with his father. When Beru said no, Suho became concerned. He said his mother, Hayin, had gone missing the same day his father vanished, and he had always assumed they left together. Beru's expression turned serious. "Miss Hayin is missing?" he asked in alarm. He speculated that the apostles of Itarim on Earth might have set a trap, suggesting something far more sinister. Anger filled Suho's face as he asked if the Itarim were the reason his parents couldn't return. Beru didn't deny it and asked gently, "Do you want to see them again?" Suho's hands trembled as he replied, "Of course. I've been alone for so many years." Beru explained there was only one way to find Suho's mother, Hayen. He mentioned that his lord would not be able to descend to Earth for some time, but that Suho could grow stronger and rescue her. He pulled out a key from nowhere, telling Suho that once he grew stronger, he could find Han. Suddenly, a quest alert appeared. Trial of the Shadow. Baru instructed Suho to insert the key into his own shadow. As Suho did so, a portal materialized. Baru urged Suho to enter, saying, "Take all the power that should have belonged to you, young monarch." Suho, still in disbelief, thought to himself that everything was hard to accept. The talk of outer space, the war with gods, the Shadow Monarch. But if he could grow stronger and meet them again, he resolved to level up. Meanwhile, Baru had a flashback to his time with the Shadow Monarch before coming to Earth. The monarch had ordered him to go to Earth, to release Suho's seal and return his powers and memories. Baru had asked if he meant the young monarch's seal, and the monarch had confirmed. He also explained that the Itarim invasion might have spread to Earth, and that Baru was to protect Earth while Suho regained his abilities. The monarch had trusted Baru to act on his discretion and oversee Suho's growth. Back in the present, they entered the portal. Once it closed behind them, Baru explained they had arrived in the land of the dead, a place where the living could not tread without permission from the master. He called it the Shadow's Dungeon. Click here to watch another one of my videos.